What if your body has been trying to warn you about something serious, and it wakes you up to tell you almost every night? Before any scan, before any doctor's visit. The pattern is already there. It's in the time you wake up where the pain sits and what comes with it. Most people blame stress, aging, or an old pillow. Tonight, I'm going to show you the real difference between a headache that means nothing and one that's your body asking for help. Here's the problem. When you see your doctor, you get maybe 10 minutes. You say, I get headaches at night, and that's it. The real clues never come up. What time you wake, what else you feel, what happens right after. So the pattern gets missed and it keeps happening month after month. Here's the truth. The real signal isn't the pain itself. It's what comes with it and when it shows up. One number surprised even me. Studies from sleep clinics show that about 1 in 3 people with sleep apnea also get headaches at night or in the morning. And in adults over 60, sleep apnea often goes undiagnosed for years. I think of one patient who was sure her headaches were just getting older. They weren't. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to listen for. Every sign you're about to hear has an easy, innocent explanation. I'm just stressed. I'm getting older. I probably just need new glasses. None of that is denial. It's just a reasonable first guess. Most of the time, those guesses are right. But here's what makes this tricky. A few real causes of nighttime headaches copy those innocent explanations almost perfectly. A tired feeling that looks like simple aging. A dull ache that feels just like stress. A bit of blurry vision that seems like it's time for new glasses. They wear the same disguise, which is exactly why they slip past unnoticed for months, sometimes longer. That's not a flaw in you. It's just how the body tends to work. It rarely shouts. It nudges quietly night after night until the nudge becomes a pattern you can't ignore. So as you go through this list, don't ask yourself if the explanation sounds reasonable. Almost all of them will. Ask a different question instead. Has this happened more than once? Is it showing up at the same time or with the same feeling again and again? That single shift in thinking is what separates a headache that means nothing from one that's trying to tell you something real. Sign 1, the headache that's just stress. You take something for it and it goes away. Simple, right? But if you're reaching for a pain reliever more than 10 or 15 days a month, the medicine itself can start causing headaches. It's like scratching a mosquito bite. It feels better for a moment, but it keeps the irritation going. Try this. Count how many days this week you've taken something for pain. Sign 2, the headache that comes with snoring or your partner saying you stop breathing at night. When your airway collapses during sleep, your oxygen drops and carbon dioxide builds up. Your brain answers with a dull morning headache. Studies show this kind of headache shows up in about 1 in 3 people with sleep apnea, more than double the rate in everyone else. Ask your partner honestly if they've ever heard you go quiet, then gasp. Sign 3, the headache that's worse the moment you wake, then fades by lunchtime. This pattern often points to blood pressure spikes or low oxygen overnight, both more common as we age. A simple fix: check your blood pressure first thing in the morning before you even get out of bed. Sign 4, the headache that hits at almost the exact same time, night after night like clockwork. This one has a name, hypnic headache, sometimes called the alarm clock headache. It mostly shows up after age 60, and doctors only land on this diagnosis after ruling out everything more serious first. That's the step most people skip. 4 signs down. None of them loud, all of them worth a second look. Pause for a second with me. Have you had any of these 4? Or maybe a parent, a spouse, a friend who keeps brushing it off as nothing? Drop the number in the comments, 1 through 4. I read every single one, and I want to know which sign hit closest to home for you. Sign 5. A headache that gets worse when you lie down, but eases up when you sit up, along with feeling sick to your stomach. This pattern can mean pressure is building inside your skull. It's rare, but this is one sign that should never wait until morning. Sign 6. New jaw tiredness or pain when you chew, alongside the headache. This can point to a condition called giant cell arteritis, which causes swelling in the arteries of the head. It almost always shows up in people over 50. Here's why it matters. A new headache that won't go away is the very first sign in most cases, showing up in nearly half to nearly all people with this condition. Sign 7. Tenderness on your scalp, the kind you feel when combing your hair or resting your head on a pillow. This comes from the same swelling as sign 6. When the two show up together, It's worth paying close attention. I think of one patient in his early 70s who brushed off scalp pain for weeks. He figured his pillow was too firm or his haircut was too short. Then came the jaw pain, then the headache that wouldn't quit. Once he connected all three and saw his doctor, the cause was found and treated quickly. He still tells people it was the scalp pain that should have sent him in sooner. 3 signs left a deeper mark than the first 4, and one is still ahead, the one almost nobody talks about. This is the final sign, and it's the one almost nobody talks about. Any change in your eyesight that comes with a headache. A curtain dropping over part of your view. A flicker of blur, double vision, even for a few seconds before it clears. This matters because the same swelling behind sign 6 and sign 7 can also affect blood flow to the eyes. Left alone, it can cause vision loss that doesn't come back, sometimes within days, and sometimes it moves to the other eye soon after the first. So here's what I want you to do right after this video. If you've had a headache and any change in your vision, even briefly, don't wait to see if it happens again. Call your doctor today, not next week, today. So here's the one thing I want you to do. Don't reach for another pain reliever and go back to sleep. If this is new for you, or you've had more than 2 of these nights a week over the past month, call your doctor this week. Ask for 2 simple things, a blood pressure check and a blood test that checks for inflammation, called ESR and CRP. It's quick, it's low cost, and it's covered for most people on Medicare. You now know something most people don't. You know the difference between a headache that means nothing and one that's trying to tell you something. That knowledge is yours to keep and yours to use. Now send this to someone you love who waves off their headaches as just stress. Maybe a parent, maybe a spouse, maybe a sibling who hasn't had a checkup in years. They need to hear this tonight, not after. If this helped you understand your own nights a little better, hit subscribe. I cover one overlooked health sign like this every single week. And before you go, drop one word in the comments. Which sign hit closest to home for you?